Yeah, we talk about the big things on the show a lot, but once a week we like to stop and talk about the small things that would just make life a bit better if we could address them. And we take your small things and we put them to a big think tank thinker. Today's big think tank thinker, Professor Anand Menon of King's College London and the UK and a changing Europe. Is this demeaning or fun, Anand?
No, it's like a release for me, Max. I get to have opinions, which I don't in the week as a rule.
Right, well, we've got absolutely loads today. The small things, we've got an awful lot of small things. In fact, quite a lot are aimed at me, which is right. So Andy says, WhatsApps instead of WhatsApp. The plural of WhatsApp is WhatsApp, like the plural of sheep is sheep. Please make him stop it, says Andy.
Oh, you see, I say WhatsApps.
Do you?
Yeah.
Right, well, you're not getting that, Andy. That's out of
Sorry.
order. No. I think it's you know.
Well, it's a plural, isn't it?
It's
Stick an S on the end.
If you're going to send a WhatsApp, if you want to get in touch, it's on the WhatsApps.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. This is a great one from Simon. Folk who use dry robes as a dedicated coat should be forced to do a minimum of 30 minutes cold water swimming and appreciate why some clever person thought them up. This is as bad as wearing your pyjamas to go to the local shop. Sort it, peeps, says Simon. I think whether or not you can use the word peeps, we'll park that. Before the world goes to hell in a handcart. So, yeah, people who use dry robes as a regular coat.
I mean, I have stronger opinions about peeps than I do about dry robes, to be perfectly honest.
Make a ruling on peeps.
Yeah, ban it.
Ban it. OK, that's now law. In fact, I think we've had another one. Andrew in Dorset. Out of context dry robes, he says. They're everywhere. In my mind, they should be worn if you're about to have or have just been swimming. Maybe everyone's swimming at the moment. I don't know about it. I think you could make an exception in law. I mean, I'm just putting this to you, Anand. For if you are standing on the side of a football pitch in the pouring rain watching a child pointlessly running about in a football match, it doesn't really matter.
Anything is permissible under those circumstances. Hip flasks, anything. Because, frankly, it's miserable.
But dry robes for people who haven't been swimming. Obviously, other large, padded, fleeced coats are available.
Yeah, I'd love to get exercise about this, but I'm failing terribly. Not because I don't really see many people about in dry robes in my day-to-day
Do you
life.
live in London?
No.
Where do you live?
Oxford.
Oh, OK. I just thought that because, like, where I live, there's quite a lot of it about where I live.
Really?
Yeah. People, and definitely at the coast. And some of those people have been
sense
swimming.
If you're at the coast.
But some haven't. I'm not sure. I think we might refer that back to the committee, and we'll have to take more view. If you've got views on large padded waterproof coats, then do get in touch. So we've had an email. Chorley at bbc.co.uk. Paul says, I think we should do something about the shrinking of instruction booklets. I recently bought an electric drill online and the box it came in was bigger than my car. The instruction booklet was smaller than my thumb and looked like an accessory for a doll's house. I think Paul might be exaggerating. As one of the older and more bewildered members of the community, I could hardly make out a word of the instructions. I think we should have a voluntary standard for instructions, something like eyesight friendly, where they are a minimum A4 size with a nice big type. I could then give my custom to products where at least I stood a chance of knowing how to operate them.
Well, I mean, this is a tricky one because people of my age, when you get the instruction booklet, you chuck it out just to make a point, right? And then you make a mess of whatever you're doing and your other half says, where's the instruction booklet? And you say, I've chucked it out. So I don't care what size they are because as a matter of principle,
You're not going to use them.
No.
I feel like there has been a shift in recent times. There was a time when you'd get if you bought a power tool or something, they would have every language on earth would be represented. And now they've sort of done away with that. And it's just a sort of series of numbered cartoon pictures.
Which bear no resemblance to what's in the box.
Trying to mime how it's supposed to be. And I'm not sure what the right answer is.
But even I, and I'm a man of a certain number of years, would just watch the video now. You just get your phone out, you Google it, and someone's doing it and showing you how to do it.
Somebody's already done it. Yeah. So
even then I usually fail. But
we really appreciate the email, Paul, but I don't think we're going to pass that into law. Just watch it. Although I don't want you to hurt yourself. That's the only thing. If it is a drill is one thing, but if it's only got a very small instruction booklet for your chainsaw, just stay safe out there, Paul. On another one on the WhatsApps. People who use the awful Americanism of super as an adjective for just about everything. They are super annoying, says someone on the text. Anna.
I find that irritating, but I think the thing I find more irritating is when people say sure for yes. Because when someone replies to an email saying sure, I think it's a bit mealy-mouthed and it's a bit stroppy, and I want them to say yes, fine, or something. So super is slightly annoying. Sure is very annoying.
There's also that sort of thing where you're not quite sure. Like should we get a coffee? If someone says sure, it's like I don't know if you're saying yes.
Yeah, it's saying if we must.
Are you committing? Are you? Yeah. On a similar subject, Ian says, I don't like people saying "can I get" in shops and pubs. It should be "could I have."
Oh, you see, I'd go one further. Please, may I have?
Please, may I have? Right, very good. You've passed that one here. Dry robes we've dealt with.
Not more.
We've got more. We've got more policing language. Keith in Gloucester. 2 examples of language. People who hear and then blithely use the useless and usually redundant phrase "moving forward," regardless of the context.
Yep.
I think we might have ruled that out already, but we'll double down on that for another pointless phrase. People who randomly say "obviously" when speaking about anything that is painfully not obvious to the listener.
Yeah, and in universities that's quite fun because if any student puts "obviously" in an exam, you go out of your way to find a way it's not obvious and fail them.
Do you?
Yes. Okay, it's a red rag to a bull, the word, obviously.
And finally, Andrew in Cardiff. I hate the way that Matt Chorley leaves the declaration of MMP to the dying seconds of the programme. This features one of the BBC's finest broadcast outputs and deserves proper coverage. I would further enlarge the feature, include a 20-second acceptance speech. Where do you stand on this?
I'm looking forward to you doing it. I think we should do that.
Well, in that case, we've got to move on and talk about feral pigs to make sure we've got enough time at the end. 85058 on the text, 08085 909 693 on the WhatsApps. That's allowed. And you can email chorley@bbc.co.uk. Lots of nice emails came through yesterday. Lots of you just said nice things about the show, which is nice. I might read them out later if we've got time, after we've done MMP properly. Anand, lovely to see Anand Menon from King's College London and UK in a changing Europe. Now,